Hello out there, my name is Milesy, and welcome to my channel. I have a mohawk now. I've been YOLOing pretty hard lately, and just decided, I want a mohawk. I haven't had one since high school, so world's ending, why not? So a lot has happened, a lot is still happening. Since my last video, since that one, I posted a couple more. I've done a live stream. I finally did the floss dyeing tutorial. Also, I'm trying a new camera app, and I think I really like this one. We'll see how it looks when I start to edit it, though. I don't know. But yeah, lots of things are different. New hair, new camera, new angle. I apologize if my craft room looks like I use it. I know that really triggers some people for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, lots of stuff happening. Most of the stuff that's happening, let's just get it out of the way, is the Kickstarter surveys have started to go out. So you might have been one of the people who received that. Once those start coming back in and I get the funds for the from Kickstarter, I'm going to place the order, or the orders that I need to place. I'm going to be a little bit out of pocket. It looks like it's gonna be maybe $300 out of pocket at this point, so hopefully that's not too bad. Hopefully we can still kind of swing that. We will see how that goes, but that will be happening very soon. Surveys are going out, and as soon as I'm done editing this and get this uploaded, I'm going to go back to putting together PDFs. I've had most of the art is done. There's still a few birds that I need to finish drawing, but most of the art is done and ready to go out. There have been a couple of weird errors with the straight out of the closet one that I am aware of, and by the time I noticed them, I was almost done exporting everything, and I didn't want to go back and fix the blank. It was just too much work. So some of those are different from one another. They're not all identical. I just kind of gave up about halfway through trying to fix the errors by hand. So there's some weird errors with that one. And the samplers are particularly difficult to do because of the amount of flags that use black or white or both floss. And we're putting those on black or white fabric, so each one that has either black or white or both has two different versions of the patterns going out, so that is taking a little bit of extra time. I'm starting with the patterns, that way everything else goes super quickly. I hope. We'll see. But that is what the rest of my month looks like. I'm not going to be streaming a whole lot between now and then, not just because I'm going to be super busy with this, but also because my video card just can't handle it. I don't know if anyone saw that Stitch With Me video from the other day, where I was trying so hard to stream and everything just kind of collapsed. That's why I'm filming this on my phone today instead of on my computer. So we'll see how this is different. Normally I use a webcam to film these, and I'm really hoping that this is using a constant frame rate, because if I have to run this thing through Handbrake to be able to use it, I'm gonna cry. But anyway, I've got this new app that should hopefully be giving me a constant white balance. I know that's been a problem on a few videos where the white balance is just everywhere and it gets really bright and then really dark depending on what I'm doing, but as I wave my hands around, it doesn't seem to be changing. So that's super cool. And on top of using this new app for my camera, the reason why I am doing this is because I got an email this morning for me, probably yesterday for you guys at this point, inviting me into a program called Amazon Vine. And if you haven't heard about it, this is a brand new program, I think. It's the first I've heard of it. But basically, because everything I've ever put on this channel in a review, I have gone on to Amazon and written a novel about Everything I've purchased for myself, I've done the same thing. I review like crazy. You can probably, if you know how to find review profiles, you can probably find my profile on Amazon. That actually, my Amazon profile is more popular than any of my social media. It's ridiculous. So I was invited into this program where I just get a bunch of review items. So we're going to be seeing a lot of unboxings and a lot of reviews. Some of the items I got this first time around were items that will help improve my videos and help improve my streams, at least hopefully down the line, because I know that my streams there's no improving where they're at now without better computer hardware. But I've got 2 new microphones coming up, one for my phone and one for my computer. So if I wind up liking how this app looks, I'm going to try the other microphone that I got. We're going to test that out. And then going forward, I'm going to be getting a lot of items to review on this channel, a lot of craft items that I might have been looking at but wasn't able to afford. There's going to be some more art supplies, just kind of both in general and seeing how they can work for embroidery. But part of the rebranding that I did almost a year ago was to be able to put more varied types of art on this channel. So we can start doing that. There's even a couple that I keep meaning to film in one of the drawers behind me there. I've got a whole bunch of markers and pencils that I purchased recently that I have been using, and I really want to review them. I just haven't had the chance. So those will probably be going up as well, because I know a lot of people were saying that they do enjoy the unboxings and the reviews. So the big hurdle with those was the price. So we can start reviewing a lot more things now. That's going to be super awesome. And I also was able to get some stuff that I have needed personally. One of which being a walker. I don't know how many people know this. People in the Discord know this, but I have some pretty severe mobility issues. And a few years ago, in the before times, we went to the zoo, and I have never had a problem walking the Oregon Zoo until the last time I was there. I couldn't make the full thing. I had to sit down on a bench while the group I was with went to go do the rest of it. I felt really bad. They felt really bad. We all kind of left feeling really bad. And that was when we realized that using a cane is fine for going to the grocery store and if I'm only going to be out for a couple of hours, but for big all-day trips, I need a walker, and they're expensive. So Amazon is sending me one, so thank you, Amazon, for that. That is awesome. Probably not going to be reviewing that on this channel. That's just going to be reviewed on Amazon. You guys don't care about that, probably, most of you. I don't know, but that's really cool. That was actually when they sent me the invitation, my mind immediately went to, how can I fix up my recording setup, and can I find anything that will help me get more mobile? And I managed to find both of those, so that is super, super duper cool. Super duper cool. So I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be awesome. Lots of stuff once we get past this initial wave of things that I bought for my stream setup, or didn't even buy, I requested for my stream setup. Once we get past that, we're going to see a lot more art supplies, a lot more craft supplies. My husband is really interested in seeing what we can get. He's probably going to wind up getting the mouse that I requested. It looks like it might be exactly what I want for a mouse, except way too big for my tiny hobbit hands. So, oh well. But yeah, super looking forward to that. I've been wanting to do more unboxings and reviews for a while, and, you know, it's hard because it's expensive. This entire setup that I have has been very piecemeal, but that's really cool. And before we get into the other actual stuff that I wanted to talk about, some of you might have noticed that my thumbnails have been changing because Streamlabs, which is mostly for streaming, it's kind of in the name, has launched this new service page on their website where they will put together really nice thumbnails. I've been trying with this one layout. Apparently, because I asked. It never hurts to ask, honestly, it doesn't. I asked if they had the ability to put in some graphics that match my branding, because I use a theme called Honeydew. And I picked it because it was green and no one else is using it. Like, you can see on the themes the amount of people that were using it, and it said like 4 other people were using it across the entirety of Streamlabs. So it's like, there we go, that's nice and unique, no one's using it. The problem with it being nice and unique and nobody using it is that it doesn't get support for a lot of things, but I really like the ones I am using. And apparently they are going to be adding some graphics to match the Honeydew theme, which is super freaking cool. So I'm going to try those out, and I'll just see which ones I like. I'm going to be doing a lot of testing with thumbnails to see what works and what doesn't. So you'll see those. The new thumbnail on today's video is super gorgeous. I already did it before I even filmed this video because I knew exactly what I wanted to put in it. So that's super cool. And that, I think, takes care of everything. Let's look at some art first, some stitching, whatever you want to call it. And then I want to read some comments. This is something I've been wanting to get into the habit of doing more, is reading comments in the videos and kind of addressing them so that more people can get the answers. Because I know that sometimes someone will ask a question and other people realize that's a question they didn't know they had. But first, let's show you this one. A little elf left this one on my door the other day. There's no good... Oh, here we go. That's less casting a shadow on me. If you haven't been following the Kickstarter, I've got a couple of people that have been helping me do the stitching. As far as the art and everything else goes, I've been on my own. But, someone else, I did not stitch this. This was done by one of my helpers. This was left on my door for me to frame up and photograph, so I will be taking decent pictures of this soon to kind of promote the pre-orders around, but there we go. That's just kind of a little example of what the birds will be. This is the size that they will come on. They're coming on 18 count fabric on either black or white. And she chose to dye her fabric blue. And if you get the white fabric, you will get instructions on how to dye your fabric. So that is really cool. That looks really nice. She did a great job on that. She's trying to figure out what she wants next. As for me, I've been too busy to do any stitching. I got a little bit of work done on this one. Oh, that looks so much better with this app instead of the crappy default camera app. Look at that. That looks lovely. You can almost kind of see what's going on. How's the focus? I don't know how the focus is because I'm using the front camera. But this is the one. You still can't really see too much. Maybe, I don't know. But she's all glitter and glow in the dark. She's going to turn out so cool. I've just got a little bit more left to go on her. She is due around the 8th of August, so I've got plenty of time to just sit down and plow through that, probably once I get all of these PDFs done. And then the only other thing I've had time to do was, here's a new start for a video. I think I can't tell if that's changing the color balance or not. I think it just looks like it is. But I made a post on Patreon asking people what the next art video should be, and people said the sheep, so we're going to do the sheep. That's all I've got. Haven't really got too far on it because the Kickstarter has been really eating all of my time, which is fine. It's allowed to do that. That's kind of the point of it. So if you want to get any of the projects from that Kickstarter also, the pre-order link is down below. Right now, all of the kits are $5, regardless of what kind they are. There's diamond painting, there's cross stitch, there's seed beads, there's purlers, that's the other one. Everything is $5. It looks like, though, retail, it's going to be between 10 and 40 on average. Some of the perler ones are going to be closer to 80. The perler ones are going to be kind of expensive, but that's fine because that just means, you know, you get a lot of stuff basically. So yeah, lots and lots and lots of stuff going on. But let's take a look at some comments. I don't really have a lot else going on because the Kickstarter's been eating my brain, but let's take a look, see what we got. So the first one from Cindy is actually on the video from last week or a couple of weeks ago at this point. I can't remember when I actually uploaded it. She says that she's seen several people in the not too distant past close their channel and open a new one. And that was something, that's still something I'm really trying not to have to do. I know that it is pretty much the accepted strategy for fixing YouTube issues though. So hopefully it doesn't come to that, but I think by changing some things around, I've been doing a lot of experimenting, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, and we'll see how it goes. I really don't want to. If it does come down to having to start a new channel, I will let you guys know. Absolutely. I'm not just going to disappear. But yeah, that is unfortunate. Okay, someone else with an Icelandic name that I am not good enough to pronounce says that they don't see videos much longer than 30 minutes on their feed, which is something else that I have kind of noticed incidentally myself, that sometimes long videos don't show up. So I am going to try to kind of keep these down, condensed. I think I want to not go much longer than, yeah, about 20 or 25 minutes. So we'll see how long this one is. Cut down. Hopefully we can keep videos under that length. But yeah, that is kind of unfortunate. Okay, so this is a comment from a video on frogging, which is also one that I kind of want to reshoot. So frogging is ripping out thread. There is no way of trying to save the thread you just used, right? That really depends on the extent to which you need to pull your stitches out. Usually if it's just a few stitches, you can kind of unstitch it. If it's something that was several colors ago and you've stitched around it, you're going to have to cut your threads out, just because what you've stitched around it will have gone through the thread and is holding it in place. Also, unstitching floss will really damage it and make it more likely to break. So a lot of times you'll think that you'll be doing a really good job and then all of a sudden it breaks in half. So unfortunately, yeah, if you make a mistake, more often than not, you do kind of have to just pull everything out. It's no fun at all. On the floss dyeing video, Sam says that she didn't realize it was so easy. And that's kind of why I feel bad about taking that long to redo that video. Yeah, it is super easy. It doesn't really take a lot to do. Really, all you need is a heat source and a way to contain your dye. In my Amazon cart right now, which I will be paying for, Amazon isn't sending me this one, unfortunately, but it's like 20 bucks. I am going to be getting a heat gun, because there is another way to dye floss. In the past, I've just kind of used irons and destroyed them this way, but I don't like destroying irons. It's not a fun thing to do. But there's another way to dye floss where you use a heat gun. And once I am able to get that, I will show you guys what that is like. It's really cool. That's how I created the flosses like Bifrost, where it had the rainbow in a loop and nothing repeated itself. So it would always go in the same order. That was how I did that. So I'll be doing a video on it once I can get that heat gun. But that's a thing for payday. I do feel like I've absolutely lost some comments. It looks like maybe some comments that I thought I had were a little bit older. I don't know. I thought there were a few more, but maybe next time I just won't answer them right away, and then I'll answer them directly after I film the video. I don't know, but I do want to start answering more comments in videos. I always thought that was really fun. But yeah, unfortunately, I haven't had the time to work on much. I haven't had the time to do much because I have been glued to my desk making sure that the Kickstarter is ready to go. One other thing I do want to talk about real quick, though, before I go, that didn't make it onto my list. I don't know how relevant this is to other folks here, but starting on August 1st, my commission process is going to be changing quite significantly. Right now, I use a site called Commiscio, and pretty much they're always open. If you want a commission, you can just request one. I do them for finished projects and for custom patterns as well. After August 1st, the only commissions that will be available on an always open basis are the custom patterns. Everything else is going to be moving over to Dealer's Den and becoming kind of an auction-based thing. So if I have time to do a commission, I'm going to put the slot up, let people bid on it. Winning bidder gets the commission. On top of that, my prices are also going to be going up quite a bit, because by doing it ladder auction style, where the higher the bid goes, the bigger your project is, it just seemed like it was easier to incorporate all of the extras and add-ons into that just kind of automatically. And I'm still kind of working on figuring out the best way. I might even change it from the one that's up there. I'm kind of running a test right now. We'll see how I like it. And if I don't like it, then I've got some ideas for some changes. We'll see. But I don't know how much that affects people here. Another thing I've been strongly toying with, I've really been thinking about getting rid of the Patreon. And there's a lot of reasons behind it that I don't really want to go into here. Basically, though, at the end of the day, I don't like a lot of their policies. I really don't like a lot of their policies. And it's just getting more expensive to maintain an account because they skim a lot off the top. So I might either just completely close it down completely or try to find a new platform. If I close it down completely, what I might wind up doing is posting occasional, like monthly uploads to the store and just kind of, I don't know, either have them on a limited basis or, I don't know, where every pattern that goes up for the month will go up there, or like small collections of them, and you can get them in different tiers. And then each one might also have the coupons that patrons get right now, because you can get discounts on my store for the fabric and the floss. You can get discounts on commissions and a few other things. So I might just go at it that way, where instead of being charged monthly, you get to kind of do it on your own terms month to month. And just, unfortunately, kind of get rid of the Patreon. There's a lot going on. Basically, their terms of service is getting really predatory, and I don't like it. And I think I'll leave it at that. It doesn't really belong here. We've been talking about it on Discord a little bit tonight, though. But I think that's where I'm going to go ahead and end it. A lot has been happening, and not really anything has been happening all at the same time. It's been kind of bonkers all over the place. So I've got some tutorials I'll be filming. Probably not going to see many other videos until I get these PDFs done. Definitely not streaming until I get these PDFs done. They are going to consume my life until they're done. And there's gonna be at least 800, if not more. I still need to figure out everything that's going on. So the art is done for the most part, at least, so the hard part is done. I just need to draw a few more birds. But I think that's where I'm going to go ahead and end it. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, all that fun stuff. Make sure you hit the notifications. Turn on notifications if you want to make sure you see all of the videos, because people with notifications turned on seem to be the only ones who do. So thank you guys. Thanks for bearing with me also while I really try to figure out what the hell is going on with this channel and resist starting a new one. I will see you guys next time. Bye.